Hello, fantastic students. Dr. Stan Reeley here. Yes, it's me again. This time, in this brief video, I promise, I wanted to speak with you about the most interactive or the interactive component of our course and our time together, and that's posting to the discussion questions. These can be a real unique opportunity for us to share our own research, our own workplace experiences, even our own opinion with regard to the subject matter that we're covering in each weekly module. So I do encourage you to please interact and to take time to participate in the weekly discussion threads. We all glean so much whenever we share information with each other. And they should be exactly that, discussions, conversations. And what I wanted to do in this video is to talk a little bit about the processes in order for you to earn all points possible each week, all right? So there is a tutorial that I would encourage you to review in addition to this video. However, I thought that I would just share with you a few tidbits of information that have to do with, again, the processes and procedures so that you will be successful in each week in our course with discussions. All right, I'm looking down because I have some notes in front of me, so pardon me for that. Make sure that you know that you have 3 discussions minimum that you have to submit each week. Now, the first discussion is due on Friday evening, 11:59 p.m. Central Time. All right. Now, of course, you can post prior to Friday, and I encourage you to do that. But the first posting must occur on or before each Friday. Now, then you have 2 follow-ups that you need to post, and these follow-ups need to be on different days of the week, and they can occur anytime between Saturday and Tuesday. All right. So again, post on Monday and yeah, and Sundays, but again, specifically. First posting, and it doesn't have to be the posting to your main question. It can be a follow-up to a fellow student to count, but it's due on Friday night. And then your follow-ups on different days of the week. You can't do them all on the same day. They have to occur between Saturday and Tuesday. All right. The reason for this, ladies and gentlemen, is so that we can have conversations. And it's not all front-loaded or not all coming at the end whenever people are trying to wrap up their week, and chances are people will not read them if they all fall at the same time. Plus, you won't earn all the points. So the process is very simple. You just have to check in to the school every day, really, is the best thing to do, and to see what's been written. And if you have something to add to a student, classmate, then do so, because it might be something fresh on your mind, something that you just experienced at work, or an opinion that you have, or something that you saw on the news or read in the newspaper that you want to add. So again, make sure that you know that 3 postings are due each week, and they're all due on different days of the week. All right. Sorry, got to put my John Lennon glasses back on. Just note that your main posting to the question needs to be very substantive, and it needs to elaborate on the topic. And so make sure that you stay targeted and focused on the subject matter that we're discussing that week. Specifically, that way we're not randomly discussing topics all over the place. Now, it's fine to bring in information that you have that or learned from prior discussion week, if you want to inject it in to show all of us that you are building on the rapport that you've gained from having participated and contributed to prior discussions. But again, each week, stay focused on the question and make sure that the posting is substantive. You can't just write, "I agree with you. Good post." That's not enough. You need to elaborate further and to spell out and to express your perspective and your viewpoint on the subject matter, and that way your classmates will have something more robust to respond back to. You know, you could write, "Well, I read your comment, Jane," picking a name, and it's funny that you should mention that, because this week at work, my boss did not, or let's make it positive, did show support for me whenever I tackled this project, and the feedback that she gave to me was this, and you can share that with us. And this way we're picking up information that when we go to work the next day, we'll be more tuned into what's going on, and to say, well, you know, this worked here, maybe I should try this at my place of business, and who knows, it might work for you there. So again, the first posting needs to be researched if it is to the specific question. Of course, your follow-ups, once again, just talk to us like we're in a classroom, like we're in a live classroom, and we're sharing information with each other, and you're amplifying instances that you've experienced, and you're commenting on or making suggestions for your classmates to learn from you, just as you are learning from them. So again, look at the number of words. You need at least 40 words. I don't like to count words, but in this class, I mean, because we want not only the main question response to be substantive, we want the follow-ups to be substantive as well. So 40 words at minimum. You want to, again, be reminded that you cannot edit your postings. So once you write it, it's there. Now, you might want to write it out on a Word document or something like that prior to, and then copy paste it into the text box, and then that way you have been able to edit prior to actually posting onto the board. So it's always good in the main posting to use some sources. If you don't, okay, but when you do use an outside source, you must reference it in the posting, and you must put the proper citation for any passage or something like that that you borrowed from that source, APA correct, within the response itself or in the main research posting. So just really in recap, 3 postings minimum each week. First one's due by Friday. The next one is due sometime between Saturday and Tuesday, and that would be 2 postings at minimum. Remember to precede the responses with the name of your classmate, so that you're speaking directly to them and they know that you are. And just like if you were having a conversation with someone in a large gathering, you wouldn't just start talking. You would say, "Jane, this is what I wanted to share with you that happened to me at work the other day." So precede all responses with the name of the person with whom you are directly responding. Now, this isn't to say that that you only read something that is directly targeted to you. Read everyone's responses, because even though it may not be something that someone directly or specifically wrote back to you, what is being said in our discussion forums may have a relevant meaning for you regardless. And if you read somebody else's posting, even though it was not specifically sent to you, you may want to reply back to that person and say, John, this is, I read what you wrote to Jane, and I wanted to add my comments about what you shared. So again, write substantively. Make sure that your grammar and your the writing technique that you used isn't like text message lingo. All right, write it out nicely at college level, and in your responses, if you do use a journal or a book or a newspaper or something from one of our databases, you must cite it and reference it just like you would do in an essay or a writing assignment. But again, that's not required. But in the main posting, in the main response to the primary question, it's encouraged. All right. I think I covered everything. I wanted to keep this brief. But again, go back and view the tutorial, and what you glean from it, in addition to what I'm sharing with you here, you will have all that you need to know about posting successfully each week to our discussion questions in our course. All right, thanks all. See you on the boards. Looking forward to lively chats and conversations in the future. Take care. Bye-bye.